How's it going, everybody? This is Dominic Minchella. I am the Kansas City Chiefs beat writer on SI and the host of the Kansas City Chiefs Insider Podcast. You guys know the deal if you've been watching for the month by now. I really do appreciate whenever you do stop in. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the wide receivers who is looking like he's an odd man out, but there's a world where he's going to be able to find his way onto this roster, and that's Skyy Moore. As we know, Skyy Moore was a second-round draft pick that has been waiting to break out, right? He's never touched 300 receiving yards on a season. Last season, he put up 0 through 6 games played, 6 targets, 0 receptions. It was just a down season, and I don't want to say that he's turned out to be a bust because he's still very young. It's just this season is the year for him to either prove that he deserves to be here, or he might not even make the roster this through the competition that the Chiefs have in the wide receiving room. That being said, though, Patrick Mahomes touched on how hardworking Skyy Moore is, how he's gonna always give it his all whenever his number gets called on the sideline to go be competitive. It's just this is a wide receiving room that has the likes of Xavier Worthy. Rashee Rice is going to return at some point. Jalen Royals has a promising future with Kansas City. Elijah Badger, he just is an undrafted free agent. He's a guy that keep an eye on that could crack this roster. He was very good with the Florida Gators. Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster. It's a competitive room, right? And just from seeing how Skyy Moore played last season in the small sample size that we got, there's just this is the season where, as a second rounder, the expectations are so high that they want him to, get 500 or more receiving yards, be an asset in the rushing game, potentially be the guy that is more of a mentor with success to the younger players. There's an encouraging sign, though, that Skyy Moore will find a way to crack this roster. He knows that it is the final year of his rookie deal. It's now or never, right? He's still very young, and if not anything, if he can't find a role with Kansas City for the long haul, he's auditioning for a role on a different team for the future. He needs to raise his stock, right, in order to collect, more people wanting him to join their franchise. He is a guy that through being a veteran enough might land him on this team, right? But I think there is a world where there is a healthy bit of competition between these younger guys, right? Jalen Royals has already been drawing comparisons to Rashee Rice. And if Rice is out to start the season, you put Jalen Royals in that kind of position, pair him with Hollywood Brown, Smith-Schuster, Xavier Worthy. There's kind of it's already a crowded room if you think about it. It's like there's only so many guys that can have snaps on the football field. And while I think that there is a world where he can show himself being like, he can say that he's one of the better receivers on the team, we just haven't shown it yet. We haven't seen it yet. One of the encouraging signs, though, is that, he's been working out this offseason. He added some muscle, lost some weight, added some muscle, looks really broad at OTAs. That's a really good sign. As well as his route running. There's some video that he posted through social media that has obviously resurfaced and recalculated or have gone around. He's a guy that has to find a way to make himself valuable to be seen by the likes of Patrick Mahomes, the likes of I'm so sorry, my nose is so itchy. The likes of Andy Reid, giving him the opportunity. I think that the ceiling of him being a very highly touted second round pick is kind of past now. He has an opportunity to create himself as a valuable depth piece. Like I said, he's still young. He's been through this offensive game plan for going into his fourth season now. He has a better understanding. And while it might not always be execution that holds him back, it is the veteranness that, keeps him around. I think that through a competitive OTAs and through training camp, Skyy Moore is going to know that it's do or die. And not like a bad thing. It's just like it's just the nature of the game, right? There's just everyone wants to have a place on this roster. Everyone wants to play for the Kansas City Chiefs. They don't want to play on the practice squad, but they're going to work their butts off if they do make the practice squad and then earn their spot in. I just don't think that if Skyy Moore, if he does start on the pro roster, I don't know how long his stint will last, especially depending on how he gets used. There's no way that they're going to send Jalen Royals down to the practice squad. There's just he might be the odd man out. I'm really rooting for him, and I know that Chiefs Kingdom I've seen that he is a fan favorite between several through the Chiefs Kingdom. You want to root for him, and I am rooting for him. I really do hope he does well. There's just going to be a whole lot more work that has to get put forth before we see his role increase on the offense. He has the ability. We've seen it. I just think that, you got to put together a great training camp. And then if he does get the opportunity during the season, I want to see the 500 plus receiving yards out of him. Hopefully he can stay healthy as well. That's another big thing. But that being said, the state of the wide receiving room is going to be super exciting to watch all off season long, and we're going to cover it. That's going to wrap up today's episode. As you can see on the bottom ticker below, you can follow me on X at Dom Minchella. If you're listening, it's spelled DOMMINCHELLA. I post and repost every single day. You can also follow us at KC Chiefs on SI over on X, where all of our stories get posted as we continuously cover the 2025 offseason, as well as doing these deep dives on player positions, player thoughts, my own opinions on how this could work. You don't want to miss out. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to miss out. We got a lot more super exciting things down the line, and I can't wait to keep on covering the Chiefs for you guys. That being said, you guys know the deal. Be kind to one another, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.